Welcome back, American Coin Hunter. In the year 2000, the United States Mint was deep in the production of the Lincoln cent, a coin that has been a staple of American currency since 1909. The Lincoln cent, inspired by the 16th President Abraham Lincoln, holds not only monetary value but also immense historical significance. By the turn of the millennium, collectors were already highly attentive to subtle variations, mint marks, and errors in coins, and the 2000 penny was no exception. Most pennies minted in 2000 were ordinary, produced with precision on high-speed coining presses that had been perfected over decades, ensuring uniformity and reliability. Each coin, measuring 19.05 millimeters in diameter, weighing exactly 2.5 grams, made primarily of copper-plated zinc, was designed to last in circulation and maintain its appearance even after years of handling. The obverse of the 2000 cent carried the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, capturing the solemnity and dignity of a president whose legacy had transcended time. The details in Lincoln's beard, the lines of his coat, and the intricate curves of his hair were carefully struck to ensure clarity and realism, creating a small yet powerful tribute to the man who had led a nation through its most challenging era. On the reverse, the coin featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in use since 1959. The architectural precision of the memorial was meticulously represented, with every column, pediment, and inscription sharply engraved, creating a miniature monument that one could carry in a pocket. These coins bore the mint marks P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and, rarely, S for San Francisco, each denoting their mint of origin. While the vast majority of these pennies entered circulation as mere currency, passing from hand to hand in grocery stores, vending machines, and banks, some exhibited peculiar characteristics, anomalies that collectors would come to treasure. These anomalies, known as mint errors, could range from off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, to repunched mint marks. In 2000, a particularly intriguing category emerged: subtle die clashes and doubling errors that were often so faint they could be overlooked by casual observers. To a numismatist, however, these differences were significant. They could dramatically increase a coin's desirability and potential market value, sometimes elevating an ordinary cent from mere face value to several hundred or even thousands of dollars in the collector market. The allure of these errors lies in their rarity and the story they tell about the minting process. A single strike gone slightly askew could result in a doubled date, a shifted design, or a misaligned memorial. These mistakes were not simply accidents. They were physical records of a complex mechanical process involving massive coin presses, hardened steel dies, and meticulous quality control. Understanding these errors requires an appreciation for the manufacturing process itself. The United States Mint employed presses capable of exerting more than 100 tons of pressure per strike, ensuring that every detail of the coin was transferred from die to metal. Yet, even with such precision, metal is not entirely predictable. Variations in planchet thickness, pressure distribution, and die wear could introduce anomalies. For example, a 2000 penny with a double die might show two slightly offset images of Lincoln's profile or a split outline of the date, a subtle but unmistakable hallmark that collectors seek. Among the most captivating 2000 pennies are those with off-center strikes. These occur when the planchet, the blank metal disc, is misfed into the press and does not receive a full, centered strike. The result is a coin where part of Lincoln's face or the Lincoln Memorial appears truncated or missing entirely. Off-center strikes are relatively rare, especially beyond a small fraction of a percent of the overall mintage. Their rarity makes them valuable not only for their visual uniqueness, but also for their historical significance. Every misstrike tells a story of the immense pressures and exacting tolerances within the mint, a fleeting glimpse into a process designed for uniformity, yet inevitably producing anomalies. Beyond die errors and off-center strikes, there are also coins with repunched mint marks, where the D or S mint mark was struck more than once. These subtle variations can sometimes only be detected under magnification, but for a knowledgeable collector, the difference between a single struck and a repunched mint mark can represent hundreds of dollars of added value. Even though the 2000 penny may seem modern and common, It sits at an intersection of history, art, and the quirks of manufacturing. Each coin represents both a continuation of Lincoln's legacy and a physical manifestation of human and mechanical imperfection. To a casual observer, it is simply a small coin, a unit of currency. To the collector, it is a portal into the complexities of minting, a tiny artifact carrying decades of design evolution, metallurgical science, and sometimes error-induced rarity. The market for such pennies is dynamic and fascinating. While ordinary 2,000 pennies in circulated condition are worth just a cent or two, uncirculated examples with perfect luster might fetch up to a few dollars. Coins with minor errors or unusual die varieties can exceed $50, $100, or even higher, depending on severity and collectability. In some remarkable cases, extremely rare errors, especially those documented and authenticated, can reach into the thousands of dollars. Collectors, auction houses, and grading services like PCGS and NGC meticulously examine each coin for authenticity, strike quality, and error type. Grading involves analyzing wear, luster, strike sharpness, and color. A single 2,000 penny might be graded MS65 or MS67, with higher grades commanding exponentially higher prices. The story of the 2,000 penny is not only about rarity, but also about its role in the continuity of the Lincoln cent series. Lincoln pennies have been minted continuously for over a century, making them a bridge between generations. Each cent carries a design, a date, and a mint mark that places it precisely in the timeline of American history, turning even minor variations into a piece of living history. The fascination with the 2,000 penny, especially those with errors, is therefore twofold. First, the thrill of discovering a rare anomaly that might elevate an otherwise common coin into a collectible treasure, and second, the connection it provides to the intricate processes of coin production at the U.S. Mint, which have been honed over more than 100 years. In this context, even a coin appearing mundane to the casual eye can become a prized possession under the lens of a collector, revealing hidden details, unusual die marks, or subtle offsets that speak to both chance and history. As we explore further into the world of 2,000 penny errors, the scope of possibilities seems endless. Every coin has potential stories: the off-center strike that escaped detection, the double die imprint that mystifies even experienced numismatists, the repunched mint mark that demands scrutiny under magnification. These small imperfections transform simple currency into sought-after collectibles, bridging the gap between monetary value, historical significance, and the artistry of coinage. The 2,000 penny thus serves as a reminder that even in a modern era of advanced minting technology, human oversight, mechanical quirks, and chance continue to leave their mark, creating coins that are both ordinary and extraordinary, mundane in circulation but exceptional in their story. As we move deeper into the world of 2,000 pennies, the nuances of minting errors reveal just how complex and fascinating these small coins can be. One of the most sought-after categories among collectors is the double die error, a phenomenon that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or receives multiple impressions during preparation. For a 2,000 penny, a double die can manifest in multiple ways. The date may appear slightly thicker, the letters of Liberty may have subtle shadowing, or Lincoln's profile may seem to have faint outlines as though traced twice. To the untrained eye, these differences can be almost imperceptible, but under magnification, they become immediately recognizable, almost like uncovering a hidden secret embedded in metal. What makes double die pennies particularly fascinating is that they are a direct result of the minting process itself. Dies are not merely static templates. They are intricate steel tools engraved with precision, subjected to immense pressure, and sometimes, even a microscopic misalignment or unintended strike can create anomalies that persist across thousands of coins. The 2,000 penny, being part of the modern era of minting, benefits from higher quality control than coins produced decades ago. But even then, small errors slip through, giving collectors an opportunity to discover a piece of minting history in their pocket change. Another remarkable category is the off-center strike, which occurs when the planchet, the blank coin, is improperly positioned in the press. In extreme cases, As much as 50% of Lincoln's image or the memorial on the reverse might be missing. Lesser off-center strikes, perhaps only 10 to 20%, are subtler but still highly collectible. These errors are fascinating not just for their rarity, but also for their visual appeal. Every off-center penny tells a story of the press, the planchet, and the slight miscalculation that allowed a coin to emerge incomplete, yet perfectly striking in its imperfection. Among more subtle errors, clipped planchets are another category that can turn an ordinary 2,000 penny into a valuable collectible. A clipped planchet occurs when the metal strip used to punch out coin blanks does not feed properly, resulting in a coin with a missing segment or curved edge. The shape can vary widely, from a small crescent-like missing piece to an entire section removed diagonally. Collectors prize these anomalies for their uniqueness, as each clipped planchet is effectively one of a kind. A less common but highly intriguing error is the repunched mint mark, sometimes abbreviated as RPM. In 2,000 pennies, this can occur when the mint mark, such as the Denver D, is stamped more than once in slightly different positions. The resulting doubling can be subtle, requiring a keen eye or magnification to spot, but authenticated examples are highly sought after, sometimes fetching hundreds of dollars at auction. What makes these errors truly fascinating is that they bridge the gap between art, chance, and history. Each coin is not just currency. It is a miniature artifact documenting a moment when the perfectly controlled environment of the mint intersected with human and mechanical imperfection. Beyond the errors themselves, grading and authentication are essential to understanding value. Organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, meticulously examine coins, evaluating wear, luster, strike quality, and error characteristics. A 2,000 penny with a slight doubling might be graded MS65, meaning it is in mint state with very few imperfections. If the doubling is clear, the strike is sharp, and the coin retains original luster, its value can jump significantly compared to a similar coin in circulation. High-grade error pennies, particularly those with strong doubling, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, often sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. While the market for a 2,000 penny may not reach the astronomical figures of some historical rarities, there are always collectors willing to pay a premium for coins with documented, verified errors. This collector demand is part of what transforms an ordinary penny from a simple piece of metal into a small treasure with a story. In addition to errors, subtle variations in the design and finish can add layers of interest. For example, the depth of the strike, the sharpness of Lincoln's beard lines, the crispness of the columns on the Lincoln Memorial, and even the reflective qualities of the copper plating can distinguish one coin from another. Coins that exhibit exceptional eye appeal, with full details, rich color, and minimal surface marks, are often more desirable than coins of similar rarity but weaker visual impact. The 2,000 penny also offers insight into modern minting technology. By this time, the mint had fully transitioned to precision computer-assisted engraving, improving consistency in die production. Planchets were standardized, and quality control was more rigorous than in the early 20th century. Yet, even with these technological advances, nature and chance occasionally intervene, giving rise to coins with unique features that become prized by collectors. These anomalies illustrate a broader truth about collecting. The most desirable coins often emerge where human craftsmanship meets the unpredictable quirks of production. Collectors revel in the hunt, examining rolls of pennies for signs of doubling, misalignment, or unusual planchet features. Even a minor deviation can capture attention, especially when authenticated and graded. Auction catalogs frequently feature 2,000 pennies with interesting errors, sometimes accompanied by magnified photographs that reveal faint doubling or slight offsets in design. Beyond monetary value, these coins serve as conversation pieces, artifacts that connect collectors to the history of the Lincoln Cent series, the evolution of minting technology, and the sometimes unexpected outcomes of human and mechanical processes. The legend of high-value 2,000 penny errors, though often exaggerated in popular culture, also fuels fascination. Stories circulate about coins with extremely rare characteristics fetching astounding prices at auction, some even hyped as worth millions in speculative narratives. while reality is more modest. These tales underscore the excitement surrounding modern-era coins. They also highlight the psychology of collecting. Rarity, uniqueness, and the allure of holding something unusual can dramatically increase perceived value. Collecting 2,000 pennies with errors is not merely about amassing coins. It is about participating in a broader tradition that spans over a century, connecting each coin to Lincoln's enduring legacy, the meticulous craft of the mint, and the tiny, accidental imperfections that transform ordinary currency into collectible treasures. As collectors examine these coins under magnification, they gain appreciation for details invisible to the naked eye. The faint doubling of letters, the subtle curvature of a clipped planchet, the precise misalignment of an off-center strike. Each error is a story frozen in copper and zinc, a moment of chance preserved for posterity, and a reminder that even in the age of precision engineering, unpredictability can create beauty, rarity, and value. Beyond the technical aspects of mint errors and grading, the world of 2,000 pennies becomes truly captivating when we explore the rare examples that have surfaced in collections and auctions over the years. While the typical 2,000 penny is common, certain coins that exhibit pronounced anomalies have entered the market and drawn attention from serious collectors, dealers, and numismatic enthusiasts alike. Among these, the 2,000 double-die obverse pennies stand out as a particularly intriguing category. In these coins, the doubling can affect Lincoln's profile, the letters in Liberty, or the date, creating a ghost-like second impression that appears offset but unmistakably clear under magnification. These coins are extremely rare in modern circulation, and even finding one among a box of hundreds or thousands of pennies is a thrilling discovery for any collector. Auction houses have documented instances where well-preserved double-die 2,000 pennies achieve prices far beyond their face value, with some examples surpassing hundreds of dollars, especially when graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services. The excitement surrounding these coins is partly fueled by their modern rarity. Unlike older Lincoln cents from the early 20th century, which are scarce due to limited mintage and the passage of time, the 2,000 pennies were minted in enormous quantities. This makes significant errors and varieties stand out even more because they are anomalies in an otherwise uniform production run. Off-center strikes are another area where rarity meets visual intrigue. In these coins, a portion of Lincoln's face or the Lincoln Memorial appears truncated, sometimes dramatically. Even small off-center strikes, where only 10 or 15% of the design is misaligned, are collectible, but extreme misalignments, approaching 50%, are exceptionally rare. Collectors prize these coins for the story they tell, a perfectly planned, high-speed coining process interrupted by a moment of chance. Such coins are often featured in auction catalogs with high-resolution photographs that emphasize the unusual design, making them visually appealing to both collectors and casual observers. Clipped planchets and unusual planchet shapes further add to the intrigue. These can result in coins that are partially missing, curved along one edge, or even misshapen in more irregular ways. Each clipped planchet is unique, which means that even if multiple examples exist, no two are exactly alike. The combination of rarity, individuality, and visual interest makes these coins particularly desirable. While the financial value of these coins is generally measured in the hundreds or thousands of dollars, their historical and aesthetic value often surpasses monetary considerations. They become conversation pieces, study specimens, and windows into the precision and occasional imperfection of modern coin manufacturing. Market trends for 2,000 penny errors also provide insight into the collector mindset. In recent decades, as the numismatic community has grown and online marketplaces have expanded, interest in modern error coins has increased. Auctions often feature 2,000 pennies with pronounced doubling, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, with bidding sometimes exceeding expectations. The combination of rarity, condition, and authenticated grading can transform a simple modern penny into a collectible with significant market demand. For serious collectors, finding a valuable 2,000 penny often requires patience, careful observation, and sometimes sheer luck. Rolling through bank boxes, examining change from circulation, or purchasing from trusted dealers are common methods for uncovering these modern rarities. Magnification tools are essential, as many of the doubling or die anomalies are subtle, requiring careful inspection to detect. Once identified, authentication and grading are critical. Without verification from a professional service, the perceived value of a rare penny can be diminished significantly. Professional grading ensures the coin is genuine, the error is authentic, and its condition is accurately represented. This credibility allows collectors to confidently buy, sell, or trade valuable pennies, knowing the coin has been rigorously examined and certified. Beyond the mechanics of collecting, there is an almost romantic allure to these coins. A 2000 penny with an off-center strike or subtle doubling is a tangible connection to history, a tiny artifact that embodies both the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the human fascination with error and imperfection. These coins remind us that even in an era of industrial precision, chance and unpredictability can create objects of unexpected beauty and significance. The market for these coins reflects this duality of rarity and fascination. While ordinary 2000 pennies are abundant and carry negligible value beyond their face, error coins draw attention precisely because they are the exception. Collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that tell a story, exhibit unusual features, or showcase the intricacies of minting technology. Auction results, grading certifications, and collector forums provide a living record of these coins' value, with some examples consistently commanding higher prices due to their visual impact, scarcity, and documented provenance. In addition to the monetary and historical aspects, the 2000 penny also serves as a teaching tool for aspiring numismatists. By studying these coins, collectors gain insights into minting processes, die preparation, planchet creation, and quality control. Understanding why an off-center strike occurs or how doubling manifests on a coin deepens appreciation for both the artistry and science involved in coin production. Ultimately, the 2000 penny, particularly when exhibiting errors or unusual features, embodies a rare combination of history, craftsmanship, and chance. Each coin is a miniature story, a record of a single moment in the production line that survived the odds of mass circulation to reach the hands of collectors. Whether discovered in pocket change, purchased from a dealer, or showcased in an auction catalog, these coins continue to captivate enthusiasts, bridging the gap between mundane currency and collectible treasure. Their rarity, condition, and historical context combine to create coins that are not merely money but artifacts, cherished for their beauty, uniqueness, and connection to the broader narrative of American coinage. As collectors continue to seek out these modern errors, the legend of the 2000 penny grows, reminding us that even in the most ordinary of years, extraordinary coins can emerge, waiting to be discovered, studied, and treasured for generations to come. While many 2000 pennies circulate quietly in pockets and cash registers, there exists a realm where a single coin can transform from a simple unit of currency into a highly coveted collector's item. This transformation often begins with the recognition of subtle anomalies, the kind that can turn an ordinary penny into a story, a treasure, and in rare instances, a highly valuable coin. Imagine, for a moment, a 2000 penny with an extreme off-center strike. In this scenario, perhaps 60% of Lincoln's portrait is missing, leaving only fragments of the obverse design and a portion of the date. Such an extreme off-center strike is extraordinarily rare, even in modern minting. While only a small fraction of pennies exhibit this level of misalignment, those that do become highly desirable to collectors, particularly if the coin retains original luster and shows no evidence of post-mint damage. Auction houses sometimes feature such coins under the classification of exceptionally rare errors, attracting competitive bidding from enthusiasts around the world. A coin like this, graded MS63 or higher, could command a significant premium compared to ordinary 2000 pennies. Doubled die pennies, in particular, fuel both collector excitement and speculation. In some 2000 pennies, doubling can affect the date, the letters in Liberty, or even the fine details of Lincoln's hair and coat. The effect can be subtle yet unmistakable under magnification. Collectors prize these coins not only for their visual interest but also for their rarity. The market responds accordingly, with certified double-die pennies often achieving hundreds of dollars at auction, sometimes significantly more if the doubling is strong and the coin is well preserved. Beyond these well-documented errors, there exists a creative realm of hypothetical high-value scenarios, where one might imagine the discovery of a 2000 penny with an unusual combination of errors. For example, envision a coin that is simultaneously off-center, exhibits a strong doubled die, and has a repunched mint mark. While such a combination is exceedingly rare, its theoretical value in the collector market could be astronomical, limited only by the demand among enthusiasts and the willingness of buyers to compete for a truly unique specimen. The story of these hypothetical high-value coins is compelling because it highlights the interplay between rarity, condition, and narrative. Collectors are drawn not just to coins themselves, but to the stories they tell. The chance event that led to a misaligned strike, the subtle misstep in die preparation, the historical moment captured in a tiny disc of copper and zinc. Comparisons to other famous error coins help contextualize the appeal of the 2000 penny. Consider the 1955 doubled die cent, one of the most famous error coins in numismatic history. This coin features dramatically doubled lettering and numerals, creating a visually striking and instantly recognizable anomaly. Its value, in high grades, reaches tens of thousands of dollars. While the 2000 penny does not approach that level of fame or market value, the principles are the same: rarity, clear error manifestation, and collector demand drive interest. In this sense, a 2000 penny with a pronounced error is a modern reflection of the same dynamics that made earlier Lincoln cents legendary. Discovering these coins requires a combination of patience, observation, and sometimes luck. Many collectors roll through boxes of circulated pennies, scanning for anomalies under magnification. Bank boxes, coin rolls, and change from vending machines are all potential sources, though the likelihood of encountering a significant error is low, which adds to the thrill and allure of discovery. Once a potential error coin is found, authentication and grading become essential. Without certification from a reputable organization, the coin's value and desirability are greatly diminished. Services like PCGS and NGC examine coins meticulously, evaluating the error's authenticity, the strike quality, and the overall condition of the coin. A certified 2000 penny with a strong off-center strike or clear doubling can command a premium, while uncertified coins, even if visually impressive, remain speculative. Beyond financial value, collectors also appreciate the educational aspect of examining error coins. Studying a 2000 penny with a doubling or misalignment teaches the observer about the minting process, die creation, and the fine tolerances involved in producing millions of coins. It also encourages a deeper appreciation for the artistry embedded in everyday currency, artistry that is so often overlooked in modern coins. The 2000 penny, in particular, serves as a reminder that even in the most technologically advanced minting era, errors can and do occur. The human element, combined with the mechanical complexity of coin presses, ensures that perfection is never guaranteed. Each anomaly is therefore a unique intersection of precision and chance, creating coins that are both modern and historically significant. Collectors also find fascination in comparing 2000 penny errors to those from other years. Observing how minting techniques have evolved over time, how die materials have improved, and how quality control has tightened allows enthusiasts to see the 2000 penny as part of a continuum in the Lincoln cent series. Errors become not just isolated curiosities, but part of a broader story of coin production, technological advancement, and the persistence of chance in even the most controlled environments. For those who take the pursuit seriously, building a collection of 2000 pennies with notable errors can be both intellectually rewarding and visually captivating. The coins, displayed under magnification or in high-quality coin holders, showcase a range of anomalies: doubling, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. Each coin tells a story of minting imperfection, human observation, and collector enthusiasm, combining to create a modern narrative that bridges currency, history, and artistry. Ultimately, the 2000 penny demonstrates that rarity and value are not solely a function of age or mintage numbers. Even in a year with millions of coins produced, the presence of a subtle error can elevate a single piece to collector-worthy status. This interplay between chance, design, and market demand underpins the allure of error coin collecting, making the 2000 penny a small but powerful example of how ordinary currency can achieve extraordinary significance. The excitement comes from the possibility, however remote, that a single penny, lost, found, or purchased in bulk, might be more than it seems. It might carry a doubling so subtle yet unmistakable, an off-center strike so perfect in its imperfection, or a repunched mint mark that turns a mundane coin into a story, a collectible, and a miniature artifact worthy of admiration. In the hands of a collector, a 2000 penny with errors is transformed from mere money into history, a connection to the production line, and a tangible reminder that even in modern times, small anomalies can have a large impact. Beyond the mechanics of minting and the nuances of errors, there exists a captivating world of legendary hypothetical values surrounding 2000 pennies with errors. Among collectors, stories circulate about coins with extreme off-center strikes, dramatic doubling, or combinations of rare anomalies, where a single penny could theoretically be worth astronomical amounts if it were authenticated and unique. These stories, while speculative, capture the imagination because they blend fact with the allure of possibility. A 2000 penny with an extremely rare off-center strike paired with a strong doubled die could, in theory, be the most valuable modern penny ever discovered. While no verified examples have reached millions of dollars, imagining such a coin elevates the ordinary penny to a status of mythical significance, a small metal disc imbued with both history and legend. Real-life auction houses, however, have documented numerous instances where 2000 pennies with more modest errors achieved remarkable prices relative to their face value. Coins with well-documented doubled dies or off-center strikes often attract competitive bidding, sometimes surpassing hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially when certified by organizations like PCGS or NGC. These sales illustrate that even in the modern era, collector demand can drive the value of error coins far above their original purchase price. Preservation plays a critical role in maintaining or enhancing this value. Collectors often store error pennies in high-quality coin holders, capsules, or archival albums to prevent contact with moisture, air, and abrasives that could diminish luster or introduce scratches. Proper handling with cotton gloves, avoiding exposure to harsh chemicals, and careful storage away from sunlight are standard practices among serious numismatists. These precautions are essential because even a minor surface mark or discoloration can affect grading and, consequently, market value. Beyond the tangible financial value, the cultural fascination with rare pennies contributes to their allure. Coins like the 2000 penny with anomalies are symbols of the unexpected, evidence that even the most routine objects can harbor surprises. They appeal not only to collectors but also to historians, educators, and enthusiasts who appreciate the stories behind production, chance, and discovery. Collectors often take pride in the rarity of their finds, relishing the knowledge that a small copper and zinc disc in their possession differs from millions of identical coins circulating at the same time. Online communities, forums, and social media groups dedicated to coin collecting amplify this fascination. Collectors share images of their discoveries, discuss subtle error types, and speculate about the relative rarity and potential market value of unusual pennies. A single 2000 penny with a clearly doubled date or an unusual off-center strike can spark intense discussion, with enthusiasts debating whether the coin is a minor curiosity or a significant find worthy of professional grading and potential auction sale. Auction catalogs frequently feature high-resolution photographs of error coins, magnified to reveal doubling, misalignments, or other anomalies. These catalogs educate collectors about what to look for, creating a feedback loop where awareness drives discovery, and discovery fuels interest and market demand. For the 2000 penny, this means that even subtle errors that might have been overlooked a few decades ago are now more likely to be identified, studied, and appreciated. Collecting these coins also connects enthusiasts to a broader narrative of American coinage. The Lincoln Cent series, spanning over a century, has evolved in design, composition, and production technology. By studying a 2000 penny with an error, collectors gain insights into contemporary minting practices, understand how modern dies differ from historical ones, and appreciate the persistence of imperfections even in a highly automated era. Another fascinating aspect is the human element in discovery. Many error coins are found serendipitously, tucked inside a roll of change from a bank, passed along from a family member, or spotted in circulation at a store. The thrill of identifying a valuable or unusual coin in ordinary circumstances adds a layer of excitement and personal satisfaction to collecting, making each find a story of luck, patience, and observation. In terms of market speculation, error coins like the 2000 penny highlight how perception of rarity and desirability can dramatically influence value. Even if a coin is not historically significant in the traditional sense, the uniqueness of an error, coupled with proper authentication, can command substantial interest. Collectors understand that the scarcity of certain error types, such as extreme off-center strikes or pronounced doubled dies, creates a natural ceiling on availability, and scarcity, combined with quality, drives price. Educational opportunities also arise from examining these coins. Coin collectors often study the minting process in parallel with identifying errors. Understanding how planchets are prepared, how dies are engraved and hardened, and how presses strike coins helps collectors appreciate the precise circumstances under which errors occur. This deeper knowledge enriches the hobby, allowing enthusiasts to distinguish between genuine mint errors and post-mint alterations or damage, an essential skill for those investing in higher-value coins. Finally, the 2000 penny exemplifies how ordinary objects can attain extraordinary significance. In the hands of a collector, a simple 1-cent coin transforms into a tangible narrative of history, artistry, and chance. It is a small, everyday item elevated by rarity, error, and story, connecting the observer not only to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln Cent series, but also to the broader tradition of numismatics, where precision, imperfection, and discovery intersect. Whether a coin is discovered in circulation, purchased from a dealer, or acquired at auction, the excitement lies in the intersection of chance, craftsmanship, and human curiosity. A 2000 penny with a subtle anomaly may appear mundane at first glance, yet under careful scrutiny, it reveals layers of historical, mechanical, and aesthetic significance. Collectors treasure this duality, ordinary in origin, extraordinary in discovery. The allure of such coins extends beyond financial considerations. Each error tells a story about the minting process, the forces at play in production, and the unpredictable ways in which small anomalies can survive mass circulation. For enthusiasts, the 2000 penny serves as both a learning tool and a collectible treasure, a reminder that even in the modern era, coins can surprise, delight, and connect generations of collectors to a shared appreciation of history, art, and chance. As we approach the culmination of our journey into the world of 2000 pennies, it becomes clear that the true fascination lies not merely in the coin's material composition, but in the stories it carries, the surprises it hides, and the possibilities it represents. Extreme error coins, those with multiple anomalies occurring simultaneously, represent the pinnacle of collector interest. Imagine a 2000 penny that combines a strong double die with an off-center strike and a repunched mint mark. Such a coin would be extraordinarily rare, perhaps even unique in existence. While no verified examples have surfaced at the level of earlier historic rarities like the 1955 or 1972 double die cents, the very idea sparks imagination and competition among collectors, dealers, and numismatic historians. These extreme errors are the coins that elevate collecting from hobby to legend. Each facet, the doubling, the misalignment, the mint mark irregularity, tells a chapter of the coin's journey through the mint, a journey where precision meets chance in a moment that cannot be replicated. Grading such coins becomes a delicate art. Experts examine strike sharpness, die alignment, planchet integrity, surface luster, and eye appeal. A coin that might appear flawed at first glance could, under expert evaluation, reveal an extraordinary combination of features that dramatically enhances its value. Certification ensures trust, documenting that a coin is authentic and preserving its provenance for future collectors. Market dynamics for 2000 penny errors reflect a fascinating interplay between rarity, condition, and perception. Even small anomalies, once authenticated, can generate significant bidding activity. Extreme errors or exceptionally well-preserved coins attract intense interest in auctions, sometimes sparking competitive bidding that far exceeds initial estimates. The modern numismatic community, both online and in physical auctions, thrives on sharing knowledge, debating the significance of subtle variations, and celebrating discoveries. Each new find adds to the collective understanding of the minting process, error prevalence, and the potential value of modern coins. Comparisons to historically significant error coins help contextualize the 2000 penny within a broader narrative. While older coins often derive value from age, historical context, and scarcity, the 2000 penny demonstrates that even modern coins can command attention when errors intersect with rarity. A well-documented double die or extreme off-center strike may never reach the high prices of early Lincoln cents, but the thrill lies in the potential and the story each coin embodies. For collectors, the 2000 penny also provides practical lessons. Observing and handling coins teaches attention to detail, the use of magnification tools, proper storage, and the careful handling of delicate metallic surfaces. It illustrates how minute variations, often invisible to casual observers, can significantly influence both perceived and actual value. It emphasizes patience, discipline, and curiosity, qualities central to the pursuit of numismatics. Ultimately, the 2000 penny with errors represents more than just a small unit of currency. It is a testament to human ingenuity, mechanical complexity, historical continuity, and the unpredictable beauty of chance. Each coin, whether found in circulation, purchased from a dealer, or obtained through auction, carries a story of Lincoln's enduring legacy, of the mint's precision presses, of the small anomalies that survive rigorous quality control, and of the collectors who recognize their significance. The excitement of discovery, the satisfaction of authentication, and the thrill of ownership combine to elevate a humble penny into a treasured artifact. In the end, the 2000 penny reminds us that even the most ordinary objects in our daily lives can hold extraordinary stories. A coin that might seem mundane at first glance is, upon closer inspection, a miniature chronicle of history, a product of meticulous craftsmanship, and a symbol of human fascination with rarity and imperfection. For collectors, enthusiasts, and casual observers alike, this small coin embodies lessons in patience, attention, and the enduring appeal of discovery. It bridges past and present, currency and collectability, chance and design. Whether one is rolling through boxes of pennies in a bank, examining coins under magnification at home, or participating in high-stakes auctions, the 2000 penny offers endless opportunity for exploration, appreciation, and excitement. It is, in every sense, a reminder that value is often hidden in plain sight, waiting for the careful observer to uncover the story, recognize the error, and appreciate the coin not just as currency, but as a small, enduring artifact of history, chance, and artistry. And so, the journey concludes not with an ending, but with an invitation to look more closely, to examine with curiosity, and to recognize that even the smallest coin can carry the largest story. In a single 2000 penny, the legacy of Lincoln, the precision of the mint, the unpredictability of chance, and the passion of collectors all converge, creating a modern treasure that continues to inspire fascination, admiration, and the thrill of discovery. The 2000 penny, humble in size but extraordinary in potential, reminds us that history, value, and wonder often arrive in the smallest of packages, quietly waiting for the discerning eye to find them.